Wonderful, it's me, Mr. A, back with story time on this Friday, and just a little postscript about Don Quixote and about the author, Miguel de Cervantes Saavedra, who lived from 1547 to 1616. Cervantes had a life as full of adventure as his hero. He was a soldier and wounded in battle. He was kidnapped by pirates and spent 5 years as a slave. When he was ransomed, he returned to Spain and started to write, trying novels, plays and poetry. But desperate for money, he became a clerk and then a tax collector, though he was twice sent to prison because of problems in his accounts. It was in prison that he came up with the idea for Don Quixote. At first, he simply intended to poke fun at the knightly tales popular at the time, but his story developed into an epic of over 400,000 words. With comedy, tragedy, romance and adventure, it was an immediate success throughout Europe and is still considered a classic of Western literature today. Yes, 400,000 words, let's put that into context. The first Harry Potter book, Philosopher's Stone, that's about 88,000 words. So Don Quixote would be about just over 4 times the length of that. So that sums up how long that is. But yes, it's a very if he intended to kind of poke fun at the stories of the time, it's good to remember that at the time, those were mostly the stories that were available. They were called romances. They were stories of knights and damsels and things like that. So it would have seemed like Cervantes in his life, where he actually had adventures, but they didn't turn out quite as they would in the stories, that he wanted to poke fun at that. But he probably didn't recognise that what he'd created was a very entertaining story in itself. So that's a little bit about Don Quixote. Maybe when you're a little older, you'll try reading the original book, which I'm sure has a bit more depth to it than this version had. But anyway, a very interesting story, and now I know something that I didn't know. I know the story of Don Quixote. So thanks very much for tuning in, and I'll be back again on Monday with a new story. All right, take care everybody, have a great weekend. Bye bye.